And welcome into the pregame show. Charles Bishop here with my partner Neely on this special edition of the pregame show. This historic day, a lot going on here on this July 1, 2021. Neely, this has been Christmas, if you will, for all of us HBCU fans to kind of taking a look at all that is going on. So much to talk about. We'll get into it here. I mean, we start off with two additions to our beloved Southwestern Athletic Conference. Florida A&M University and Bethune-Cookman officially become a part of the SWAC, starting a new era after the first 100 years of the SWAC.
Man, what a day. July 1st has come in with a bang. We're still 2 or 3 days away from the fireworks, but you know how we do in the hood. We shoot fireworks all the way to about the 10th of July till we run out. So we get started early on the fireworks. But we got started today, July 1st. FAMU, Bethune-Cookman, officially a part of SWAC. You know, been a lot of smack talking in the groups out there on social media. So we knew this day was coming, but there's nothing like the day. It's almost like having a child. You know you got that due date, but then when it gets here. So it's July 1st. FAMU is officially a member of the SWAC. Bethune-Cookman is officially a member of the SWAC, both in the SWAC East with Jackson State University.
No doubt, both in the SWAC East with Jackson State. We start this season off, this fall 2021 season, Orange Blossom Classic, officially 65 days away from that first game against Florida A&M University.
65 days away. So that means about 60 days away before you and I arrive in Miami for that game. So, Chuck, let's get on the push-ups, the sit-ups.
You got to get the beach body ready to go.
Let's get hey, Miami gonna get what it get from me. Let me tell you that. I might put in some work for homecoming. I ain't putting no work for Miami. But it's gonna be an exciting time down there, Chuck. You know, Orange Blossom Classic. Welcome to the SWAC. Welcome in Johnny Gill, the new addition, if you will. Always got to refer back to that one. So, you know, a lot of events out there where we came to play. The guys who are associated with Jackson State, the Game Time DJ Unpredictable Karamu and his group are going to be doing a lot that weekend. That weekend, just about every day there's some kind of event. So looking forward to the start of the season. You know, that is Labor Day weekend. It's on that Sunday before Labor Day. A lot of folks are already making their travel plans. American Airlines has added some flights, from Jackson to Miami. So lots of opportunity to get there. And it's all starting today, Chuck, July 1.
No doubt about it. And if you're a Tiger fan, you have every reason to be excited. We've been around the team a little bit there. And, of course, you've seen the clips that we've been putting out there. But I tell you what, I think we're on the cusp of something big in terms of this new era of Jackson State football.
Yeah, certainly. You know, this is all about game one. When you see us at practice and putting those player-only practices out there, or as the team gets ready to officially start back next week, July 5th, when they get back out there, everything is about game one. You know, not looking at week 2 against Tennessee State or week 3 in Monroe or week 4 at home opener at Delta State coming to Jackson. Everything is geared toward that Orange Blossom Classic. All the preparation is going into being ready for week 1. And the Tigers and the coaching staff they're on it. They are not wasting any time in developing. They will tell you firsthand that the spring was a wonderful gift to kind of know what you had, what you were missing, what you could better tweak to get ready for this true fall season.
No doubt about it. And we talk about a historic day. We talked about Florida A&M, Bethune-Cookman coming to the Southwestern Athletic Conference, but an even more historic day in terms of July 1st, 2021. Today is the official day where a lot of student athletes across the country can now be paid for their name, image, and likeness. Truly just a huge day in terms of the changing landscape of college athletics.
Oh, no doubt about it, man. This is huge. This is sound like Tiger Woods on their voicemail call. It's huge. You got to do this. This is one of those moments where in sports history you're going to see things that come 5, 10, 15 years from now. But it started on July 1st, 2021, when that amateur status or the recognition or the rules that govern as far as your individual name, image, and likeness, what you can now control. It is indeed a game changer. NIL, as it is called, name, image, likeness. The door is open for collegiate athletes all across the NCAA spectrum to take advantage of that, to be able to maximize and get some profits and earn some revenue while they're in college, just based on their image and who they are. So a lot of the things that you saw, a Reggie Bush or Johnny Football, Johnny Manziel get in trouble for, it's a non-issue now. You can sign autographs. You can do special event promotions. You can cut commercials. You can, be on that barbershop poster at the barbershop and get paid for it. You can post things on your social media now and get compensated for it. So if it's your image, your name, your likeness, your brand, you completely control it. And it's a new day in college sports.
New day in college sports, and we take a look at how we got here. We go back to 2019. State of California, Governor Gavin Newsom, he signed a bill called a Fair Pay to Play Act, and it sort of was the change agent, if you will, the sort of that got the dominoes falling, if you will. You started to see states, especially here in the South, I believe Florida came in behind California, but you start to see this domino effect of states starting to make legislation available, if you will, to help athletes now receive those endorsements. We're sort of, I guess, flying by the seat of our pants here in terms of a structure, if you will. But, Neely, you have some background in terms of working with athletes. And I was curious to just kind of get your sort of take, if you will, on where we are with regards to athletes using NIL.
Yeah, you're right, Chuck. I've worked with professional athletes when they make that transition from college to the pros. Now that transition starts early. You don't have to wait, till you declare for the draft and that last game is played and you're out of school, so to speak, and start signing with agents. You can now have an agent that represents you on the marketing side. You can take advantage of those opportunities. So it's indeed a game changer. And you talked about it starting, with California. California is what, Chuck? Maybe if it were its own country, the third or fourth largest economy, in the world, just outside of Germany or something like that. So when that domino falls, doesn't take a lot. And even though, people look at California as a more liberal state and southern states more conservative, football and sports is big in the South. California has that big economy, but sports and collegiate athletics is huge in the South. So you saw southern states, those dominoes start to fall. Mississippi, signed a law that goes into effect today that those Mississippi athletes now, also with the NCAA's blessing, which they did not have a lot of choice, in this matter, this train was moving without them through the courts or through legislation. You're just going to see this opportunity and window, open up. Look at Mississippi State last night winning the College World Series on the eve of Mississippi athletes being able to do this. So they're at a high right now. But you're spot on, Chuck. This is an opportunity that exists for every collegiate athlete, regardless of sport. Get in where you fit in. There's a niche market for you. This is not just about, football. Look at the baseball season that Jackson State had. Look at the women's basketball season that Jackson State had this spring. And if you look at those kind of efforts continuing and the marketing opportunities for specific products towards your sport or toward things that you are particularly interested in and having passion about, it's a new day for college athletes, to earn some money, to be able to put some food on the table, put some money in their pocket and operate a business and a brand, which is themselves.
Let's take a look at and talk about where we are within this leveling the playing field sort of dynamic. We're in a new day and age. Athletes now can use their social media to gain followers, things of that nature, but they are a marketing entity unto themselves. Are there things specific that student athletes can sort of do now to sort of make sure that they are in this space to where they can become marketable?
Sure. Here's some hashtag free game. All right. So first thing you want to do out there, student athletes, change your Instagram page to a business page. You are now a business. Your Instagram business page gives you certain analytics that a personal page does not give you. You'll be able to see where your followers are, what time of day they interact with you, the percentage of male, female, percentage that's 25 and up or 25 and younger. So much data that can help you brand yourself with a particular entity or partnership. But speaking of social media, Chuck, not only can you get paid by your number of followers for reposting things, clean up your social media. Think about that last thing you posted, and now you're trying to brand yourself with somebody. Does a business want their brand next to that last thing you posted? So it may have been fun June 30th. It may have been a cool thing June 1st, but July 1st going forward, you have to be even more aware of the kind of things that you post and you share on social media, because it's going to impact the value no matter how many followers you have. no matter what your skill level is, it's going to impact the value because that's your front door, that's your front yard, that's your neighbor. So you don't want to try to put a reputable brand on your page next to some foolishness that you posted. So everybody's got to clean up their look, clean up their works, take their branding seriously. But the biggest thing, Chuck, that I want to say to those college student athletes out there in the SWAC HBCU space, especially at 1400 Lynn Street, keep the main thing the main thing. Mm-hmm. Keep the main thing the main thing. Your value July 1st going forward is directly attached to your performance. You are a student athlete still. Focus on the classroom. You don't want any deficiencies in that space. Focus on your performance in your sport. Be ready to play and play at a high level, because you can have 50,000 Instagram followers. But if you're out there fumbling every carry, if you're out there turning the basketball over, if you're out there striking out every time, it's going to diminish the strength of your brand. When you look at people like Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, and all the success that he's had in the marketing and brand space, it started with him being highly successful in what he does. It started with him being the best cornerback that has ever played in the NFL. And then the other things came in. You look at a guy like Dak Prescott. People say, oh, he's just that because he's a quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, yeah.
There's some value in being the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Quincy Carter was once quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Did he have a mattress commercial? So it's not just about, it's not just about who you are. It's about and who you're playing, what sport. It's about who you are as a person. Do people want to associate themselves with your look, your image, and your brand? So, man, clean it up. Keep the main thing the main thing. Focus on your skill set as an athlete. Focus on what you're in school to do. These other things will take care of themselves. This is just July 1st. This tube is not going back in the toothpaste. This train is not going back in the tunnel. We're moving forward. Do it right versus doing it fast. You know, you're getting a lot of news out there, rightly so, of people signing this deal and now featured with this brand. If you haven't latched on to something yet, don't worry, particularly if you haven't played your sport yet after July 1st. Because if you have a value today on July 1st, what is that value going to be October 1st when you score 4 touchdowns? So don't worry, don't panic, don't rush. Take your time, pump your brakes, do this the right way. First things first, main thing, the main thing. First, focus on your health and condition. Focus on being a student athlete. Focus on cleaning up your social media footprint. Make it be attractive so people want to associate themselves with you in that brand partnership, and go forward from there.
You mentioned associating yourself with particular brand partnerships. In fact, we saw today an Arkansas wide receiver. He and the Tusky Blue. They have inked a deal with PetSmart, but it was the first pet deal, if you will. So the possibilities are endless with regards to athletes and how they go about branding themselves and marketing themselves with whatever company.
Yeah. And, you know, a lot of companies are going to reach out to you based on the kind of person you were before July 1st. You know, if that receiver at Arkansas is a pet guy, is a dog guy, is always posting videos out with his dog or something like, I don't know that to be the case, Chuck. I haven't seen it, but I'm just giving a parallel of those things that you are passionate about, those things that you're interested in, guide yourself in that direction. But, you know, one of the things I want to stress though, Chuck, is keeping the main thing the main thing. A lot of what's coming toward these college athletes, they can do themselves, but there's only 24 hours in a day, and you need to keep the main thing the main thing. It's the reason people have agents. It's the reason people have representation. It's the reason people have folks who cut their grass. It's not that you can't cut your grass. It's that your focus is something else. So you're going to choose a guy to cut your yard, a professional service that has a track record in doing great yard service. You know, this is not something you just want to say, hey, willy-nilly, okay, you do it. Look at the acumen of the person you're involved with. Is it somebody you want to be associated with? Is it somebody that has the ability, you know, to get things done while you're working on the main thing? And when those opportunities come along that fall directly to you, by all means, vet them, latch on to them, let it be something you're interested in. And Chuck, I will say this to you about who we choose. And I'm speaking to collegiate athletes out there, particularly in the HBCU space, particularly Jackson State University and our alumni base at Jackson State University and alums HBCU wide. This is an economic rights issue, which is a civil rights issue. This is something we can't take for granted. We love posting food at a restaurant. We love checking in at places. I will say to you college athletes that I'm trying to find the camera, look right at you.
There you go.
Stop doing that if they're not compensating you for it. It is a new game out there. Stop doing business with people who don't do business with you. So if you have a favorite snow cone stand and you've been going to it forever, and this snow cone stand won't do business with you as far as your name, image, and likeness, people in your conference or your school or people you associate with, you need to find another snow cone stand. And to the alums out there who have this expendable income that these folks are going to be promoting, so we'll latch on to it. If you start to see businesses and they're not using name, image, and likeness of SWAC players or your particular school, find you somewhere else to do business. We have the leverage in this. No, Jackson State men's basketball does not have the marketing leverage that Duke men's basketball has. But we have leverage. We have leverage here in the state. We have leverage in this locally. We have leverage as far as high caliber players we have. But the biggest thing is the main thing, perform, do your job. The rest will take care of itself. If you lose focus and start thinking, oh, I need to sign this. I want this restaurant. I want this barbershop. I want this car dealership. Next thing you know, you're not doing your job. Next thing you know, you've lost your job. Next thing you know, you've lost your value in this marketing space. This all exists because you have a value attached to your performance. Perform. Chuck, there's something else we got to drive home out there. We spent some time talking about what this is. We have to talk about what this ain't. Now, let me tell you what this ain't.
Yeah.
Schools still can't pay athletes.
Right.
For being an athlete. Boosters, donors, friends of the program still can't compensate athletes for being an athlete. This is
not a pay-for-play situation.
No. That rule did not change. That rule did not change. So, this ain't some $100 handshake after the games because you got to intercept. No, this is business. This is branding. This is marketing. The NCAA did not change anything in regard to those other rules. What they open the door up, what states open the door up for is your name, your image, and your likeness. So things that are directly related to you, autographs, taking pictures, special events, being in commercials, doing promotions on your social media, that stuff is wide open. It has a calculable value based on your footprint, who you are, your performance. There's going to be a lot of ancillary things like you're going to see differences in positions. You're going to see differences in bigger school, smaller school. Clearly a Jackson has more businesses than an Inabena, but that doesn't mean a player in Inabena doesn't have a chance at some marketing, name, image, and likeness stuff. So there's going to be some nuances to it. This water is coming out of a fire hose. We got to drink it slow. This all hit us today. Exactly. What did Aaron Rodgers say? And Aaron Rodgers is a small market guy.
He is a small market guy. Yeah.
But because Aaron Rodgers keeps the main thing, you see Aaron Rodgers in a lot of commercials. Eli Manning was at the New York Giants marketing capital of the world, Madison Avenue. And I would tell you that at one point in their careers, you saw Aaron Rodgers on TV more than you saw Eli Manning on TV. So it ain't about location. It's about doing your job. If you keep the main thing, look at the Deion Sanders model. I'm telling you, man, people see him all over the world in commercials. He ain't in commercials with that brilliant smile. He's not because he has that personality. That all started because he was a dog on that football field.
No doubt.
So do your job. The rest will take care of itself.
No doubt about it. Well, I tell you what, this is a great spot to put a pin in it right here. We'll take a quick break here on the Black College Sports Network. It's Bishop Neely here on the pregame show.
If you're looking for quality